My highly esteemed students. The topic before us today is Nigerian satellites. I am Ebenezer A Aina Nigerian is my email. If you look at the top of buildings in Nigeria, you will see a dish facing the sky with decoder inside the hole. That is used for telephone viewing. The dish is connected to satellites. We have different types of satellites all over. Some are used for internet connection and some are used for other purposes. Nigeria as a country has its own satellites. Look at the pictures that we have there. You can see the picture of the dish, how it is facing the sky. Those dishes are facing a certain satellite at a certain angle. Let's move on. Today, we will talk about Nigerian satellites. Nigerian satellites. By the end of this video, you should be able to mention the types of satellites owned by Nigeria. We have different countries own their different satellites. Nigeria as a country own its own satellites. You should be able to state the uses of Nigerian satellites. And more importantly, you should be able to apply Nigerian satellite to your personal day-to-day activity. Able to do that, you will see that Nigeria has a particular satellite. But first, what is a satellite? A satellite is a natural object that moves in sky, And we have different type of objects. We have natural satellites. Example of natural satellite is the moon. We have artificial satellite. Example of artificial satellite is the Nigerian satellite we are talking about. There are two categories of these satellites that we have. We have the natural satellites and we have the artificial satellites. You can see the picture of the moon. That is how the moon looks like. At night, you see the moon moving around. 30 days interval. The sun from the light from the sun. Now today, let's talk about Nigerian satellites. Let's talk about the types of Nigerian satellite that we have. At least we have about 5 types, as you can see on your face there. We have Niger Sat1, we have Niger Sat2, we have Niger Sat-X, Nicom Sat1, and Nicom Sat1R. These are the type of satellites that Nigeria as a country has, with each with its purpose. You can see the picture of Nigerian satellites there, and you can see beside it, Nigerian satellite has its own solar system, which is operating with in the sky. Let's talk about Niger Sat1. Niger Sat1 as the first Nigerian satellite was first launched by Nigeria. It was launched from Russia on 27 September 2003. That satellite is a disaster monitoring satellite. It's an international cooperation between Nigeria in space, and it brings about 7 other countries. The countries like Algeria, China, Nigeria, Thailand, Turkey, the United Kingdom, Vietnam. All these, they come together under one umbrella. They want to bring up a satellite that will help to monitor disaster in their respective country. Nigerian satellite has its ground monitoring and fusion control in Abuja. Of course, you don't expect the satellite to be doing something there because there's nobody in it. There must be a house that is controlling the activities of the satellite. So Niger Sat1 has the ground monitoring and fusion control in Abuja. That Niger Sat1 lasted till 2012. After 2012, it stopped working. Something happened with the solar system. Initially, I showed you the solar system of a satellite. Something happens with it, so it couldn't work again. So when it couldn't work again, it has to be replaced. And that is how Niger Sat2 succeeded Niger Sat1. And Niger Sat2 is performing similar functions with Niger Sat1, but with higher resolution. It's performing better. It is more smaller than Niger Sat1. That is a picture of Niger Sat1 that you are looking at there, and this is a picture of Niger Sat2 that you are looking at too. And you can see the two of them are different one from the other. The other one is Niger Sat2 smaller. The Niger Sat1 is a little bit bigger than Niger Sat2. Now, the next thing we talk about is what are the uses of Niger Sat1 and Niger Sat2. The first one is to manage natural disaster. Natural disaster. Of course, natural disasters like flooding includes lakes and river flooding. Sometimes you hear when government say there's a flooding in this part of Nigeria, flooding in that part of Nigeria. This Niger Sat1 allow government to know which area is affected by this flooding. Then you have erosion, we have water pollution, desertification, forest fire. All these are what Niger Sat1 and 2 is helping Nigerian government to know where exactly are these things taking place, where are they happening. So that is one use of it. Then for agricultural planning, it helps to investigate and monitor pest infection. It also helps to plan afforestation. If some group of people are causing havoc, destroying the forest, through the usage of Niger Sat1, government can monitor what is happening there. It is used for water resource development and management. It helps government to know where can we plant dams, where can we put dams for hydroelectric power generation. This Niger Sat1 is helping us. It's also helping in preparation of water resources as master plan. Okay, we want to do some things with surface hydrology and water edge management. The Niger Sat1 is helping government to do that. Oh, this is one thing that concerns all of us, weather forecast. Obviously, you must have heard it in the news when they say there's going to be rain tomorrow, there's going to be rain day after tomorrow, and things like that. Niger Sat1 is helping us to know exactly what is happening. So these are the uses of Niger Sat1. That is what we call demographic planning. Niger Sat1 is also helping. Demographic planning has to do with survey, it has to do with rural urban growth, mapping, monitoring the land use to cover the dynamic of the area. This Niger Sat1 helps in this. You can see that is the example of a picture that is taken by Niger Sat1 of a certain area in Nigeria. You can see that Niger Sat1 and 2 are very effective for us in Nigeria. They also help in security, securing our border, both land border and air border. Niger Sat1 help us in this defense industry. It help us a lot, mapping the state international boundary, mapping or determination of camouflage. It help us in coastal area for surveillance purposes. Wow. You can see the huge work the Niger Sat1 is doing for all of us. It is important for us to know this. Now that you have watched the video, you must be able to assess yourself and answer the following question. Can you please mention the type of satellites owned by Nigerian states? Okay. Can you state the use of the Niger sat1? Can you apply Niger sat1 to your day-to-day activity? How is it helpful to you as a student in Nigeria? Oh, you want to read more? The following directives are where you can read more, get more information on the uses of Niger sat1. You can see the picture. Those two kids, a boy and a girl, are reading. They're African boys and children like you. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next video where we talk about NICOM sat1. Thank you and God bless.